Okay, I'm gonna give the ball to Toad. I'm gonna let Peach tackle me, see what happens. So if Peach tackles me, go ahead. That's not... Hey internet, Orc speaking, and welcome to a brand new series we'll be doing here on the channel. Inside of Mario Strikers Battle League, we are going to be building characters for specific and odd positions. Now Toad has a really good speed and passing stat, making him ideal for positions like wing or midfield. Wing is the one on the top, midfield is the one on the bottom. However, I thought it'd be super interesting to make him a defense-based character. Now the first thing to consider about Toad is he is very clearly not meant to be a defense-based character. As much as you could change statistics around in the game, there are physical limitations to prevent us from doing certain things. So those couple things are the fact that no matter what we do, Toad can only have a strength stat of about 10 more. So Toad will never have that crazy amount of strength. The second thing that we also need to consider is Toad's innate hitbox. Toad has a very small hitbox, so as a defense-based character, we're going to tune him more along the lines of Waluigi and less along the lines of Donkey Kong. So keeping all that in mind, let's take a look at what we got here. The first thing that we want to do is we want to go to, I believe, the body, and then we're going to boost his strength immediately up. That's the very first thing that you have to be good with playing defense. So I'm going to be running the Bushido armor, and let's see what I could do with the legs. Let's start backwards. The legs, I want him to maintain his pretty high top speed. His technique stat though is a bit low, so let me see. Perfect. That is, I'm gonna upgrade his technique stat, so I'm gonna be running the trick boots. Also now his strength needs to go up a bit. His speed is gonna be a bit low. Playing defense, you don't need to have like a crazy amount of speed, but if you're gonna fill Waluigi's position, you want to have some speed. The last option I have is arms, and I want to boost that technique stat. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go arms technique instead, so I'm gonna boost his technique, and then for the legs, I'm gonna see what I could do with his strength. That knocks out his speed. Ooh, that could be rough. I don't want to completely destroy his speed because that's what makes Toad good, but unfortunately I don't really have a better option right now. Let me quickly actually go back and compare him to Waluigi. So this is Toad, speed 13, strength 16, and then you can see Waluigi, he basically has the perfect stats for this. He has 15, 16, 9, 9, and 4. I'm going to see if I could tune the passing stat down a bit. So I could do technique here. I think technique might actually be a better play. I need better strength. That's the main issue right now. So I could boost his speed, but that knocks his strength out completely. Man, this is hard. By the way, there's definitely going to be a lot of like buying stuff and never using it. Yeah, so this is good. It knocks out passing and it gives him a little bit more technique. And now I could use that to knock out some technique and potentially do something else. Okay, so this is why it's complicated, because sometimes you have to buy something to give you a boost in something. That way you could take out that stat and use it somewhere else. I can't change his speed. Actually, no, I can, because that knows his passing. So this is something that I consider, and then I could do something here that takes away my speed and gives me strength. So I could do this, and then I could boost back up his speed. And then here, I could do something to give him some strength. Okay, I think this is the move. I don't know, should I go for speed or strength? Like, it's between these two chest plates right now. It's either the strength chest plate or the speed chest plate. Okay, his technique stat does not need to be crazy high. It just needs to be a little higher than it is right now. So I could do chest plate, strength or speed, and then head, strength or speed as well. These both knockout technique. Ooh, that is not good. Yeah, it kind of has to be that. Arms, I don't need that much technique. I'd much rather have strength here. I could go pure strength here instead. That is a better build. Okay, so what I did was I instead decided to take off the muscle boots and put on the Bushido armor. Now I have something to do with the boots, so I could upgrade the technique stat with like that, with the trick boots. That's not bad. Okay, I could kind of get behind this. This works for Toad. So Toad, I'm currently having him run, start from the beginning, trick helmet, which unfortunately can't really be swapped out for anything. The technique stat gets shafted quite a bit. It's hard to build up a technique stat because that's the one stat that tends to be used in the other stat. And this gives me a little bit of headroom. I'm running muscle gauntlet to give him a little bit more strength. I'm running the Bushido armor to give him even more strength. And then for the boots, I'm still torn whether I want to go trick boots or if I want to go muscle boots. Muscle boots is not a bad trade-off if you want to go even more tanky than he already is. But I think 15, man, 17 is good though. You want to have a strength stat of 17. And speed of 14 is not terrible either. So you could either go with like a more Waluigi-esque build with the trick boots, or you could go a little bit more tanky, more toward like DK with the muscle boots. I'm gonna actually try the muscle boots, see how that feels. So once again, for this first build, I'm running trick helmet, muscle gauntlet, Bushido armor, and muscle boots. How much did that cost me? That cost me almost 1,000. Yikes. So I need to remind myself whenever I do these videos, I need to allocate about 1,000 coins. That's a lot. Match length 4. Items on hyper strikes. I always prefer night. Night looks better. And we are going to be running going to be auto, of course. So we're going to be running my standard comp. I'm going to be running Rosa as striker. In the beginning, I definitely preferred Peach as a wing, but now I'm slowly leaning toward Peach being a mid character. So here I would run Donkey Kong. And the last character I normally run is Waluigi, but this time we're going to run Toad with his decked out gear. Actually, hold up. Now this is the more DK-esque build. Basically, the only difference is the strength and the speed stat would look identical to Waluigi. Toad's shooting and passing is better, but slightly worse technique, which I think actually works better because you don't need a crazy amount of technique as long as you make up for that in either strength or shooting. I think I'm actually gonna really like this Toad build. Toad is kind of like an in-between of Donkey Kong and Waluigi right now, which is super weird. All right, here we go. I am playing Rockets. I am gonna be player 1, and we'll see how this Toad defense feels on the field. I'm really curious. I'm actually like gonna let them have the ball for a bit to see how the Toad feels. Okay, so he's definitely a little bit slower, but definitely usable. Give it to Toad. See how his power shooting stat is. His shooting stat is better than Waluigi's. Like, it's 10, which is not great. To give you an example, Peach, who is like one of the lowest shooting characters in the game, has 9. Ooh. And he still gets knocked over by Yoshi, so like I invested in making him tanky, but I guess not tanky enough. I'm actually kind of curious. I'm gonna give the ball to Toad. I'm gonna let Peach tackle me, see what happens. So if Peach tackles me, go ahead. That's not... Like, I could have either Peach or Luigi tackle me. Go for it. Yeah, okay, so I could take on a Peach right now. Especially for a defense position, you don't necessarily need to have all the bells and whistles. The only issue, though, is when you get, like, a Bowser on the field. And they play, like, a speedy Bowser with a really heavy build. That's gonna be the main counter to a character like Toad. For instance, yeah, see how their Bowser is moving up? That's gonna be difficult to deal with. Still love my Rosa, though. In my opinion, I'm the most proud of what I did with Rosa. I love how my Rosa feels right now. Oh, I stole the ball. Nice. And I am going to get that rebound. Let's go, Toad. Not really that powerful, but he got a critical there. He knocked Boom Boom down somehow, even though he didn't hit his head. That was weird. I still don't know what determines the critical stat. Like, when you hit the goalie and they get knocked over. I'm not sure if it's goalie stamina or if it's, you know, depending on where you hit on the goalie, whether you hit the hands at the right direction or you hit the head in a certain way. Don't know. That's something I'd love to see a data miner get on top of. Oh man, yeah, he's slow. So he's normally the same speed as Peach, but now he's a lot closer to Mario. I'm not gonna lie, I think Toad is the only person who does not make that particular helmet look stupid. There was a time when I used to run Rosalina with that helmet, and I thought it just looked really dumb. Also, in case if some of you guys are new to the game and you aren't sure how the gear works, the way that the gear works is everyone has a base stat of 63 points overall, and no matter what you do, with an asterisk, there's actually something you could do, but generally speaking, like nothing you do with gear is going to change that. You are always going to have 63 points of something. All the gear does is it swaps it out for different other stats, but the total always will end up to be 63. And the reason I say there's an exception to that is because if you beat the galactic mode, which is the hard mode of the game, you get special gear called the Bushido stuff, and that basically allows you to max out characters, like max out a stat past 25. Now obviously you can't max out a stat past 25, but you still get all the negatives. So it's possible to have less than 63 stats. It's not possible to have more, but it is possible to have less. All right, let's see if we could get Toad for another kill. The goal? Ooh, very nice. So let's go Toad. I love how he does his little dance. That's so cute. Like I said earlier, Toad is not a defender-based character. Like, I don't run Toad in my comp, but if you do, he would replace Peach. And Peach is, like I said, I play her from mid. I used to run her on wing, so I used to run her on the top, but I much prefer doing tricks at the bottom and like setups. It's a lot easier for me to wrap my head around. So I swapped Donkey Kong and Peach. It honestly doesn't matter. Like, wing and midfield are the same position. It just happens to be that a lot more people prefer playing at the bottom than on the top. So if you want to play more defense heavy, then you'd have Donkey Kong at the bottom. If you want to play more attack heavy, you'd have like Peach at the bottom. And my team is already pretty defense based as it is, so you know, I like having that little bit of offense with Peach at the bottom. So anyway, that was Toad, my defense build. Let me know what you guys think of the build. Let me know if there's anything that I could do to change it. I really wanted to make a video about the best gear in the game, the best characters in the game, and there are some gear that is better than others, but it is nothing to the point where it's definitive. Next Level Games did a fantastic job balancing the game to the point where it matters more of what you're trying to build out of the character and less about like the best gear in the game. Alright, I got 10 coins out of that after spending like 1,000. So anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which character and position you'd like to see next, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys all next time.